So hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video on ways I try and stay safe as a solo female traveler. So the first thing that you can do, or that I have done, is to book group tours. I think it's especially helpful on the first days of getting somewhere to have a group tour, because I feel like those are the days that I feel that there is not necessarily like a cultural disconnect, but it takes me, I feel like, a few days to get used to the country that I'm in. So it's really good just to have someone that you can ask questions to, and that in this case, hopefully, is reliable. The next thing that I make sure I do is to have a international SIM card or to purchase data when I get to the country. I've done both. I typically purchase SIM cards in the country because it tends to be cheaper, but I've also had things like Airlo or other eSIMs beforehand. Regardless, it's really good to have data just for the sake of being able to figure out firstly where you are, how to do things, and whatnot. The next thing that I do is I try and make sure I download apps before getting to a country. So these are apps like Google Translate, so I can translate things if I don't speak the language, or even if I do and I just need to brush up on those occasional words. Another app or other types of apps that I make sure I have are transportation-like apps. So either Uber, but Uber is not necessarily legal in every country, or the main used type of taxi app. So any type of a taxi app that will get you from point A to point B. And those types of apps, really. I would say those two are the biggest two that I tend to have on my phone when I'm traveling. The next thing is to learn a little bit of the language. I have, in some cases, known the language when I go to a country, and I find that it really helps me communicate with locals, even just to get like a better, kind of like a feel when I'm in the country. Some of my best experiences have just been literally speaking to people, and when you speak to them in a language that's closer to their own, I think it definitely helps. So that's definitely another one that I would definitely say is worth doing. If you do not speak the language, just learning basics, things like hello, goodbye, yes, no, thank you, that kind of thing. Typically, you can also learn that in the country, but if you are going by yourself and you're exploring by yourself, it really helps to know just those small basic words. The next thing is, I would say, lay low. So try and figure out a little bit of the culture beforehand. Maybe you're going to a country where there's more, it's a bit more of a conservative country. In general, even if you're not going to a conservative country, dressing maybe a little bit more conservatively than you usually would probably help you in certain situations, especially if you're out by yourself. Again, everyone can choose how they dress, but it's just some ways that I've definitely felt better. Another thing you can make sure to do is not necessarily wear the big flashy brands, just wear like plain shirts and plain pants as well. I think that also helps versus maybe wearing designer brands. The next thing that I do to try and stay safe as a solo female traveler is to get emergency contact information. So if I'm traveling with a group tour, giving the emergency contact information to my parents, just in case they can't get a hold of me, they can get a hold of the tour. Another thing you can do is contact your embassy. So for example, in my country, before leaving, I can go and let the embassy know that I'm leaving the country for X amount of days. In case if something's happening in that country, they're aware that I'm supposed to be there instead of being here. And also getting the embassy information before leaving. So it depends where I'm going, just trying to know where my country's embassy is in that country and how can I contact them and what city they are in, because I'm not necessarily in the capital all the time. And that is it. So I hope these tips help you, and I hope you can stay safe while traveling. Thanks so much for watching. See you.